Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
In Fairfield County, something new comes across my desk every day. Crimes are committed, cases are solved, and a community is made safe by the hardworking employees of the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. Welcome to This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan, a weekly program here on LSN Television. We're also carried by a number of the radio affiliates here in Lancaster. Do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week. The show is produced at Fairfield Christian Academy. Appreciate the students, JT Burchin, and all the gang puts this program together. Our executive producer, Kelly Roberts, lines the guests up, works on the questions, and does all the behind-the-scenes part of this program. We've got a great program. Last week, if you joined us, we talked about 2014, interesting things that happened within the Sheriff's Office. I have my commanders here from different areas of the Sheriff's Office. I have Lieutenant Alex Lape, who runs the Patrol Division, Lieutenant Tim Voris, in charge of the Detective Bureau, and Lieutenant Mark Churchill oversees the jail operation. We have three jails within the county, so it's quite an operation indeed. We're going to talk about next year coming up, and let's start with our road patrol commander, Lieutenant Lake. What do we got planned for 2015? Big year.
For 2015, we'd like to continue with our in-service training plans on several critical tasks, such as domestic violence, dealing with mentally ill, mentally impaired. And this training will be specifically for the patrol deputies. It's always good to keep the training evolution going and keeping them on the cutting edge of the different information and technology that's out there.
And how important is training?
Training's paramount. It's a big issue for not only for the development of our employees, but also for liability reasons. We have to keep them trained to the, like I said, to the current trends.
Yeah. And some of the training's probably mandated, isn't it? Every year we have to have firearms or certain things.
It is. In the state of Ohio, really, the Attorney General's office is really proactive, and they do a really good job in evaluating the training and putting it out there and making it available to us a lot of times at no cost. So it's always a good thing when you can send some folks to training and keep them up to date on some stuff. We'd also want to continue our part in the training with the schools, and the ones that we haven't been able to get in and do the active shooter training scenarios and situations with, we want to get in there and finish them up. There are only a few left, so that's one of the goals for the coming year, and we'd like to also do that. Another goal will be the continued development of our SWAT team. Currently, now we have 4 officers that are assigned to our SWAT team from Pickerington Police Department. They have the same basic training. They go to the basic SWAT school and everything. So the training standards are the same. They're just from a different jurisdiction.
Which helps in the northern part of the county in case we have an incident.
It does. It also helps us with our budget as far as that goes. If we do in fact have a call out and we need to respond, they're paying for that out of it. So it's a good partnership to have them on board.
And what are some of the different areas where we use our SWAT team?
Typically, we'll use it on a high-risk warrant service, a hostage barricade situation. There's been several times, and I'm looking forward to 2016 for that to happen again, but for personal protection for visiting dignitaries.
That's right, we'll have a presidential.
Right, in 2012 we were pretty busy with that and worked hand in hand with the Secret Service, and they set the plans up and tell us what they need us to do, and So we've had good success with that, and continue to look forward to doing more things like that in the future.
Yeah, lots of interesting things going on the road. Let's move now to Lieutenant Tim Vorse, our Detective Bureau Commander. Next year, this year, 2015.
A lot of good things
Yeah.
we're looking forward to. Just to follow up, Lieutenant Lape, we're looking at sending some instructors to APATA to train our supervisors to teach our people to kind of save on sending people out. So, that relationship of getting people educated and training continues to grow with our detectives as well as our patrol and the jail to get our deputies trained for the things that they're going to be faced with every day. But yeah, we're looking at, with the numbers, you're going to help us add, I believe, a new detective this coming year.
That's our plan, our hope, yes.
Yeah, we've seen an increase in some of these areas that will help us, and we think that will definitely help support the Detective Bureau and the residents of Fairfield County. Looking to improve some of our directives and our policies and things like that. We've been updating, having some different meetings and stuff like that, so we're trying to improve some of those policies and procedures. Learning some new tools. BCI has came out with a new 3D imaging system, so in crime scenes they can put a camera in a room and it kind of gives a digital image of 260 pictures of that room, where you can go back into those pictures and kind of look at it to recreate the crime scene. So we're learning some of those new
And that
tools.
probably would be helpful in a jury trial, so the jury could really get a true representation of what the crime scene looked like.
Yes, working with those type of things to learn and improve our ability to present our case when we do go to trial. Improving our efficiency and looking at some of our crimes. We've been able to, Lieutenant Lape and I discuss pretty regularly every day the type of crimes that are happening in the county, and if we can have a patrol guy help us out, we've been doing that.
Right.
Vice versa, if we can take some things that's happening on patrol on the road and have a detective follow up with those, it's been pretty successful. So we look for that continued relationship to do some of those things, and just a great relationship with the Lancaster Police Department detectives and the other law enforcement in Fairfield County. When we work together, we have some really successful results.
Yeah, and I can't think of a better county where we really do all work together, where it's the Pickering Police Department, the Lancaster Police Department, detectives coming together, and just how important it is that the patrol deputies are working with the detectives, and so that is really a plus, and I think we really can give ourselves kudos on that.
Right, a
Really
lot of room. We're improving on. Yes, sir.
Let's talk about lots of stuff coming up for 2015 in the jail.
Yes, well, Happy New Year, by the way.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
One of the things we left off with December of last year, I started working with the Lieutenant. We're going to host another Corrections Academy.
Okay.
So we're going to put 10 more deputies through our own Corrections Academy. Right now, we've finalized who the names are going to be, and Lieutenant's putting together the instructors for the class. So.
And again, so our viewers and listeners understand, these are deputies that are currently assigned to the jail, but this is additional training
Yes.
on how to interact with prisoners, what to look for, a host of different things they
A
get
host
involved
of
in.
different, and it's state mandated training. So it's one of the things that we have to be able to show we're proficient on during our jail inspections.
Right.
And with our jail inspections, one of the things I'm working on this year is I'm allowed to request a variance. As you know, 2 of our jails are very old, and one of the jails we lease from SCC doesn't quite meet the standards, but I'm allowed to ask for a variance. And
Right.
if that variance is approved, then we become proficient. And as you know, we're building a new jail right now, and that jail
And this will be, we're going to be breaking ground this year.
Yes, and that jail will be built to the state minimum jail standards, and it'll be built to exceed them, actually. So we're really looking forward to that. One of the other things I've been working on is just improving the efficiency within the jail operation. So late December and early this year, we've been working on a statistical program, which is tracking the busy time of the jail personnel during their tour of duty, much similar to what the patrol division uses to track their staff's busy time. So we've began applying that to the jail to see just how much workload they're carrying throughout the course of their shifts. And so far, it's looking pretty good. It looks like it's going to work. So I think we're going to be able to get some great statistics from it.
Okay.
So, and one of the other things I'm working on is I'm creating references back and forth between the state jail minimum standards and our SOPs. It's one of the things when we were talking last week about the updates that we did. It was one of the things I wish we would have done when we did it at the time. So I'm kind of back tracing a little bit, but I think it's going to benefit us all as we move forward.
Okay. Well, lots of good things going on in the jail. We've got a little bit of time left. Let's go back to the road, the patrol division, and as it looks like we might be able to be adding another car into the northern part of the county, and we're going to get some help from the Violet Township on that.
Yeah, we're kind of looking forward to being able to staff a few more people out into the county for the patrol division. The population of the county has kind of grown, and our current staffing levels really haven't increased since the 80s, so that's a really welcome thing, honestly.
Yeah, because certainly the more people have that. And I'm really excited because this year we're going to be starting another community watch class in February. We have about 90 members, and the hope is we're going to get that up to over 100. And again, that is a big plus for the community.
Yeah, they do a lot of different things. They help with different festivals, fairs. Not only do they go out and actively patrol the neighborhoods and the county, they give us a hand when we need it.
And one of the things I think that they've been a great help for was the Millersport Sweet Corn Festival.
Right.
They stepped in and handled the missing persons booth and all those issues relating to that and did a great job this year.
And I know Lieutenant Churchill is up. You're both up there a lot for the Corn Festival, aren't you?
Yeah, and they do a great job. And they walk around also. They supplement the staff that's already there, walking in the crowd, and they help find. Matter of fact, I think they helped us find 2 lost kids.
Yeah,
this
we
year.
had 2 lost kids. And
So-
when we say lost, their parents were just lost. The kids knew where they were at.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned hopefully this year you're going to add a detective to the Detective Bureau. Procedurally, kind of how does that work? How do you figure out who's going to be a detective? Where do they come from? And what are some of the things you look for in a new detective?
Yeah, well, we'll post for it to see who's interested in coming into the Detective Bureau and then interview for those positions. And once we look at some of the top candidates for that, then we'll submit some names for you. You take a look at them. And we look at a lot of things. We look at their attendance, we look at their disciplinary record, the type of quality work they're doing every day, because it's a lot of writing, it's a lot of typing, it's a lot of documents and reports, and time management's important for our detectives too. And when we look for that person to come in to fit that mold is some of those things that we look at.
Good. Lots of great things going on within the Sheriff's Office. I do appreciate Lieutenant Mark Churchill, Lieutenant Tim Vorse, and Lieutenant Alex Labe. They are the commanders of the Sheriff's Office. They supervise just about all of our people and do a terrific job. I couldn't work with a better group of guys, and they keep things going and make the Sheriff's Office look good. They really do. I wanted to share with you just a couple things coming up next year with this program. We're going to be bringing some great guests aboard. We're going to be trying to maybe even go outside of the confines of this, maybe even do a program where we'll actually do some taping in the jail. We'll go up to the Detective Bureau, maybe even go out on the road for an evening. So we're going to kind of mix things up a little bit this year. Kelly's got some great ideas for some guests. Certainly we're going to be bringing back some of our chiefs. I know Mike Tussey, Chief Bailey, Chief Taylor may be here. So we're going to be bringing a lot of the different chiefs from within the county to talk about their areas of responsibility. We'll be bringing back Eric Brown, the commander of the Major Crimes Unit. So we're going to really do a lot of fun things this year, and I certainly hope that you can join us, and I do appreciate our viewers and listeners, and certainly the students here at the Fairfield Christian Academy that produced this program, and our executive producer, Kelly Roberts. It's a team effort, and we've got a great team. Well, the clock on the wall says we're just about out of time. Do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners. Until next week, God bless. If you're driving, buckle up, and we'll see you right here next week.